Alrighty, welcome back. Awesome.
It's probably one of the, just a fun car. We beach race it.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
That thing's sick. I love that.
That's the one I said you've never heard a flathead till you heard that thing run.
It's the nastiest flathead you ever heard, eh?
Yep.
Now tell me something. Would you have imported this car?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't get them here, no.
So you went over to America and you imported this
No,
here?
a friend of mine brings them in, so coming off him. An old guy had sort of been restoring it.
Yeah.
So he'd done a lot of patch panels.
Yeah.
Probably not to the quality I would like to do them, but
yeah, it fits that.
Yeah, it does. So, but I've been changing the drivetrain in it so to take these wheels.
Yes.
Because it used to just run a set of stockers, which look cool too.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Oh, it's cool.
Rodney sign read it. Get the Easky shuffle in a minute. Runs an Easky 400 Junior.
Okay.
So
you're talking camshaft?
Yeah.
I met that guy. He's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, he's like 100 now or something.
I think so, yeah. You did the louver work on the hood.
Yeah.
You did the louver work on the top. Yeah. You made the trunk lid. Yeah. You did the engine, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I'm going to put the same cam in my 32, pull it down and give it a birthday.
Yeah, that is a badass sounding engine, yeah.
Just a good fun car. One of them cars, had it sitting there for years and then went, let's just chuck it together and have fun. But it has no gearbox in it.
I cut my left nut out for that.
Okay?
I cut my left nut out for that. Yeah. That's nice. No, that's sick.
And mate, it doesn't run hot or anything. None of my flatheads run hot. Everyone bangs on about them running hot.
Yeah?
None of mine run hot.
Is there a secret to that?
You just build them properly and have a good cooling system. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So what happened was it ran the stock rear end.
Yeah.
It's still got the stock gearbox sitting in it, but it's coming out. It's got I put a 9-inch and it's got a 5-speed going in it.
Okay.
Because hoping by the end of the year I might register it, drive it and use it. Because we've been sort of just using it as a race car for years now, which we've had fun. Now you can tell everyone you've been to Wongapong. That's where you are right now, Wongapong.
Wongapong Speed Co. That's where we're at, Wongapong Speed Co.
East Coast race cars.
Awesome.
So, yeah. I've got the proper trunk lid for it, but I just thought this looks more racy car-y, you know.
Lighter. And you've made a few of them I've seen.
Yeah.
One on Rod's car, one on another car that I've seen there.
Do a lot of skins and trunk lids and steel ones as well, or aluminium, or some people will build a fiberglass hot rod and then want a skin put on it so it looks like it's...
Right, they're trying to metalize it a little bit, No, but that thing's sick. I love that. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. It's probably one of the best looking cars, you know, it's one of the better looking cars. But then you get a 32, your 32 could be, you know, considered one of the best cars.
Well, if
34 could be considered the best car. Like,
if I couldn't have got that running Saturday, I was just going to put that on the trailer.
Okay.
And just wheel it off. Even though I couldn't drive it, I'd just take it out there and wheel it off sitting there like that.
So you're able just to sit that there like that all year round, generally, are you? Here in this weather? You allowed to set that, you take it inside, you just let it sit there?
No, take it inside.
Okay.
But everywhere I seem to take it, it gets caught in the rain. We beach raced one year in the pouring down rain. Like I'm sitting in it and the water's going into the channel where the roof fill would have been. And you're like sitting there and it's just dripping and the race seat was full of water. And you're just sitting in water.
Your arse got wet?
And by the end of the day I was shivering like.
That's cool. No, I love it. cool. And you got one of the nicest 32s on the planet, eh?
So Kelvin says.
Yeah, he said that he just loves it.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He wants it. Got a lot of history.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't get the chance to look at it. I like all the chrome inside on your...
Mate, it's got English leather and German carpet. Like, stick your head in and smell the leather. Like, you'd almost pay admission to put your head in and have a smell. I know.
Put your head in and have a smell down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Awesome.
I had to strip the interior out of it not that long ago because it got like mice.
Yeah.
Geckos. You get like a little Indonesian gecko here.
We got gecko insurance at home or something like that.
Yeah, no, well, they're a little lizard, but we get them here everywhere, don't we, Rod? Yeah. Them and mud wasp. I think you guys call them dirt daubers.
Okay.
Mud wasp. We get mud wasp and everything. They build the little mud cylinder nest
yeah.
and everything.
We've got a few.
Mate, this thing here, the latest Elvis movie, the one that Baz Luhrmann did, that I think the actor won a Golden Globe or something for only a few weeks back, that's in the first 6 scenes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so when Elvis is a boy and he's like at this gospel tent and they're singing all the gospel music,
yeah.
that's in the paddock and all the kids run past it.
Okay.
And then there's a heap of old vintage plows and stuff down the back there and a vintage cedar that Donna's grandfather made for his farm, and that's in the movie too.
You're a lucky man. Elvis is the king to me. That's cool.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
you seen it?
Yeah, I did. We watched it on the plane.
If you watch the first 6 scenes and that's in it, and then and it was right-hand drive. I said, "You want left-hand drive, right-hand drive?"
Oh wow!
Said, doesn't matter.
That's cool. That is cool.
It was. I haven't had it running in quite a few years, but it
does run.
I'm probably it wouldn't now, but I'd say 8 years ago, roughly. I had it running. Used to jump in, only had back mechanicals, go up and down the road, flat out in her.
Jolene's car, she got mechanical. When she raced, she had mechanical front, and I hooked them up with cables.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pulleys.
Well, I've just put little U-clamps holding the cables on the back.
Oh, okay.
And they just U-clamp onto a pedal, so when you push it, just pulls them.
Yeah.
But
it's a simple method, but it sure does work.
Yeah. So.
Are you're a Ford guy, right? Are you not?
I'm everything. I'm more a traditionalist.
Yeah.
But like, the East Coast race cars comes from. I started doing a lot of drag cars, so fabrication, tin work, as you can see.
Yeah.
But I'm a mechanic by trade, so engines are probably more my specialty.
Okay, I was kind of wondering, like you were saying, how
No, I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
By trade.
And then you got into the tin work.
Yeah, so I do. Yeah, all the welding. All my life, all I've done is gone to college after hours and done every welding, fabrication, panel beating course you can do.
Okay.
Doing body.
Yep.
And all that. Anything I could do.
Awesome.
And then just learn how to paint, learn how to...
Yeah.
I was foreman at a Holden dealership that had a big paint shop, and I just go and ask questions all the time. Watch what they're doing.
Right. You wanted to know.
Wanted to know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You got the passion, you'll learn anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I learned by making mistakes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't do that again.
No. No.
No, don't do that again.
Yeah. Coming out of the heat.
Look at that bad boy now, would you?
So this is a 33 Cabriolet I'm building for a customer from Sydney.
From where?
Sydney.
Sydney.
That's a 392 Hemi I built. The stacks have got to go away to be coated yet. It's fuel injected Hillborn.
Right.
Like electronic fuel injected.
You stuck that together?
Yeah, I built all that. I've run it.
Yeah.
I run all the engines.
Yeah.
So I got a fit that goes in the bottom and put a hose on them and run them. So
I have no idea how to do that. No idea how to do
and
that.
I'm a technician by trade as well, so I'm an auto electrical mechanic, so I wire them, I'll do all that stuff.
Oh, okay, you're better at that than I am, because I don't. I can obviously fabricate and get them all put in the chassis, that sort of stuff, married together with the transmission, but I'm not that guy. Jolene just wants your music, if there's any on there.
Yeah.
Can't hear it, can you?
But this car was, the owner started building it in Sydney and then retired and sent it to me, and he had a guy build I do chassis here too. We've got chassis jigs out the back, we do all the chassis.
Yeah.
But this guy had the chassis built years ago, and I was doing the engine for it and fitting it, And then
He seen what you were doing. He said, "I'm bringing it here."
Yeah, pretty much. And then I cut the back of the chassis and change it. That's all its suspension, quick change and all that.
Yeah.
Full floaters. When we run big rims, we have to run full floaters by law, like a full floating axle, like a truck runs.
Okay.
But they're like a race car,
Yeah.
you know, product. This has got a 5-speed behind it, but this has been to the sandblasters and is in epoxy.
Yeah.
And I'm just chasing pinholes.
Yeah.
So.
Is it that night? Oh, wow.
So just any pinholes. I did all the fab in there, all the firewall, all that.
Awesome.
Chopped it. It's been chopped an inch and I want to say an inch and a half, but I think we might have went an inch and 3/4 in the end.
Awesome. What kind of spider? Just a spider?
Yeah.
He ain't shit.
Snakes you got to worry about.
Oh.
But it's going, the chassis is going to powder coat tomorrow, and this is going at the end of the week to have the firewall painted.
Yeah.
Then mount it back onto the chassis. I have to have the engine and everything in so it's weighted correctly, because see, these don't open properly at the moment.
Right, because it's not all bolted down.
It has to be bolted onto the body. So all the body work and fitment has to be done on the body, on the chassis, sorry.
Yep.
So this is now, you know Kenny with the green 41 Willies, and he took you for a ride in a white Galaxy yesterday afternoon.
Yep, yep.
This is his bone hammy for that Willies I'm building.
Okay.
So
Right on.
So that's how deep, once the rockers, the heads go on, and then the rockers sit on top and the rockers bolt onto the heads as well.
I have a 354 sitting in an old Plymouth coupe, and it did turn over when I first bought it, and then our winters tore the tarp off, and obviously got some snow and some water in it. I'm not sure what's going on now. It won't spin, but I'm thinking maybe it's stuck somewhere, obviously. But at home, I called to get our local professional, I guess you would call him, because he's been doing it forever. It's an easy 10,000 just for a basic rebuild. That sound?
Oh, over here, that's more. There's probably over $10,000 than what you're looking at now.
Okay.
Yeah, just getting parts here and
okay.
Yeah, machine work and whatever. So.
You have a beautiful shop here, man.
Thanks, mate.
Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
I won't lie to you. It's probably dirtier than it normally is.
Is that right?
And I used to have a young bloke work for me for quite a long time, and then he went off and done his own things. I was talking to him yesterday. I was going to introduce you to him, but we didn't find you. And then I've had several guys work over the years, and now I just prefer to be myself.
You can put up with yourself?
Yeah. I'm going to yell at myself.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You expect a lot, or is that what happens? You expect? I feel the same way. I expect the person to have the same as much passion as I have. When really they really don't have to have any passion. They just have to make a paycheck. Really, that's.
Well, the way I look at it is like right now, if I'm working and we're nearly at the end of a house extension. If I want to stop and have to go up there to the builders like that guy in that truck, then if I need to go do that, I can stop and go do that for 2 hours and come back and work 2 hours later and not be worried about anything, you know. And then, as you know, then when you do your time for the day, what I've worked on is my money. It's my, you know, you're paying yourself. You're not worrying about having to pay him and him and him, you know. Right. And the stress of it all, you know. So. But we got 10 acres here, so it's a good spot.
Do you want to sell me an acre?
If you want.
Is that right?
Actually, they won't let you. You can't subdivide it. Okay. No, it's actually a good clause because it means you can't build in. Okay. People can't build in around you.
I tried, Jolene. I tried.
We normally have, I had a look early before Rod rang me, we normally have a koala out here sitting in this ironbark tree, but he's not there today. He's out hunting? No, they'd be sleeping in another tree. They only come out at night, they're nocturnal. Okay. So they're like our raccoons then? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. But you'll never, if you want to find one, you'll never see one. It's when you're not realising, you'll turn around and go, oh, koala in a tree. But if someone says, show me the koala, you wouldn't find one. Yeah. Never find one. It's like finding Elmo. Yeah. Yeah. So can I just look around? Yeah. So you get belt sanders. You're just kind of you got the gear. I got everything. What's that thing over there? Well, it's just a buff, linisher. That's a ring roller.
Okay.
I got all shrinkers, stretchers, bead rollers, there's heaps in the other.
Steering wheel on that.
Everything we need.
Everything you
There's
need.
big machines in there.
Got your head.
A lot of one-off stuff, a lot of engine building stuff, a lot of transmission building stuff. You still own transmissions. Iron diffs, like a diff jig there. That's all you need to make a 9-inch diff. Buy axles, buy a center, make a 9-inch diff for that.
Okay.
Buy ends, TIG them together.
I could learn a lot here.
Well, we TIG 99.9%.
You probably fire me because I've been fired everywhere.
We TIG weld everything here.
Yes, I don't do any of that.
I got a joke. It's a joke. MIG welders are for building cattle trucks and box trailers.
Well, maybe that's what I build. I just built a gas truck. That's what I'm doing right now, a gas truck. But I'm just so hooked on it so quick. You know what I mean? Like you just pick it up and you're on the welder, right? So MIG welders are for what?
Cattle trucks and box trailers.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah. Hey, we all started with MIG welders.
What's that?
We all started with MIG welders.
Yeah.
They were the greatest thing in the world.
Well, like I say, it's the fastest form of welding in the world, is it not? Turn the welder on and bzz, you're ready to rock and roll.
Later, I'll show you Donna's 49 Mercury under the house.
Yeah.
It was all oxy welded with that oxy. I'm 52, when I was like 22, 25, I welded all that thing together.
With an oxy?
Yeah.
You're a good man.
And then when we got a MIG, that was great. And then when TIGs come out.
You moved on.
Yeah. Yep.
Got a nice shear here. Was that the car that you did?
Yeah, that's the one that was racing out there. It had different.
And the poor guy got a piece out of his fender. Did you notice that?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I was told.
Yeah, he took.
There's the common truck I built too.
Yeah, we seen that.
Peter Purse when he come in.
Right, he passed, eh?
Yeah, he was one of my heroes. You know how you have a hero?
Well, for sure, yeah.
He was one of my heroes.
I've got all kinds. And you know what? I hate to say it, but sometimes after you find out who they really are, and it's like you kind of try to get a new hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You think they were shit up, but they're only cold farts warmed up.
I'm going to catch on that in a second.
But mate,
he had the California Kid, right? Yeah, that car. Yeah.
The yellow pickup that was built out of a 5-ton truck.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get pickups in Australia, and it was all from Canada.
Yeah.
So the park lights on the side, the guards, is how they had them, not like the American ones with the park light in the grill.
Right.
So that's like a Canadian Mercury thing as well. But that's what we got, and we only got trucks. So, mate, that's when I was a kid, and me and Donna bought our first house, and you eat wheat bix for 12 months because you can't afford it.
Did you do that with a MIG welder?
Yeah, probably did. Yeah, I did.
The trucks and cattle trucks?
Yep,
right?
I did. Probably did, mate, yep.
Awesome.
Chopped it. So I did a lot of chops. Done a lot of chops when I was younger.
Yeah, that truck's pretty cool, I must say. It's got a 502. We got shown in front of the resort we were at. So
they bought me nothing but the cab, and it had a tree through it. And we pumped all the cab out.
And they really didn't bring you much of a cab either then?
No. And then all the guards have been cut in, the bumpers, the steps, the cab's been tilted and twisted, and just everything to manipulate it to look killer. And then anything we repaired is just pressure packs, mate, to make it look old. Pressure pack, different colours, reds over silvers, and then Scotch Brite it to...
What do you mean pressure pack?
Like a paint tin, like...
Okay.
Pressure pack. So you just do like silver.
Oh, you're calling a spray bomb a pressure pack?
Yeah, we call them a pressure pack.
Okay.
Or a spray can.
Okay.
Yeah, so just like a silver and then a red.
Yeah.
And then Scotch Brite it and spray a bit of thinners on it.
Just keep playing with it and keep playing with it.
If you want to look old, thinners, mate. Put thinners in your spray gun, just way back like that, and just dust it like that and wait 10 minutes and it'll just go all crinkly and cracked.
Okay.
So
I might have to try that.
Yeah.
Rod, is this one of your dream cars, is it? That's it?
It's not like that, it's my dream car.
See, like I said to Jolene, I'm gonna have to learn how to spend some money, I guess, or something. You know, if you want that sort of stuff, you have to spend money, do you not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
even here in Australia, it's heaps dear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it, the money on the dollar. That. Yeah. Quick change rear end. That's just so you can take the back off. Obviously, change anything you want to do with it from that.
Same as what we got in Rod's 34.
Yeah, I noticed that.
He's got helical gears and his is pretty quiet. So
it's a badass car, Rod. It's a badass car. You did some nice work on the inside and all the aluminum work.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's been a long time, hasn't it not?
Well,
That means everything, does it not? When something lasts.
Mm.
You know,
It was good. We
yeah.
built it in 10 months, didn't we? Because
and Rod's still happy. He says he's one of your best mates.
still talking to you.
yeah, it's a good car. Yeah.
That's it right there. Nice picture. That's beautiful. I like that. Nice.
Yeah, this is a
Brake.
customer's car. He started it years ago. They did the typical, you know, the 80s, 90s things, weld the roof, fill
Yeah.
up, they weld the Calvan up. I just put it all back in.
Should cut one out of another car and put it back in?
Yeah, he's got a big collection of early 33, 34 stuff.
Okay.
And for the top, what we do is we'll get actual material and an edging and put it in so it looks like the fill's back in there, but it's not.
Okay.
Done that on quite a few cars too.
So you're going to do that with this one? Okay. You're going to make it look like it's got that top, but really not.
But it's the same. He started building it. I think this car's been built for like 20 years. He had the chassis done by a chassis company years ago and never finished, but the engine didn't fit properly, so I cut it there and fabricated all this back in.
Yeah.
And just sort of piecing it together, and he doesn't want a nice paint job or, you know, little small block Ford.
Yep.
So
It's a hell of a start, eh? It's a hell of a start. I got to walk around here and check this thing out a little bit more. Quite the condition, eh? Or it seems to be, like, in good condition. I mean, probably a lot of the work has been done. Well, they did a good job on the roof. And there's those sand things you're talking about. Up in the roof.
yep. If you see them flying around, they won't bite you or anything.
What makes you like this one so much, Rod? You just like that short back window?
33 is different. It's different again the way it's done.
Okay, you gotta... Yeah.
Donna's upset. This is her hoist, and her 49 Mercury's meant to be on it, working on it.
Okay.
It's under the house. We'll have a look.
And
at
that
it
is your
later.
wife?
Yeah.
She's upset. You
Yeah.
don't want that.
Yep.
That won't be good for you. What's this bad boy here?
Well, that's a Japanese Vibrashi.
Yeah.
So that's the same as a Pullmax. So Pullmax is just a brand, but everyone calls a reciprocating hammer or whatever. They do 1,000 different things. They're just a reciprocating machine.
Just
Yeah, like a sewing machine. It just goes up and down, but whatever fitting you put in it. But we bought that. I even have the paperwork for where they paid £465 in 1964 for it.
wow.
In Brisbane, and it's Japanese, and it still works like a top.
So you could put a die in that for, like, if you wanted to make a shape in that, you could make a die and put in that and run through it.
So that's the one I said I made all the Nike stores on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
They had these change room doors that were drawn by an architect.
Yeah.
And they had all these long cut louvers. So that one will cut a louver as long as you want.
Okay.
Or around a corner.
Okay, so you can make the shape on a hood like this if you wanted to.
Yeah. The thing is, you'd have to make a die,
Right.
for a guide for it to run on.
Yeah.
You know.
wouldn't want to freehand it?
No, you'd never freehand it. No, it's too rough. Yeah, mate, that's its.
That would be me.
That's its original toolbox.
Yeah.
But we make dies like this, so that's like. If we're building a 32 Ford floor,
Right.
that's the big X.
Yeah.
So that goes in,
Yeah.
and the machine runs in it.
Yeah, and then you get a real nice bead put in it with
and then,
instead of.
And then you just tick up these 4 little holes.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
So.
I find it hard to slow down and to fabricate that stuff to make.
See, that's a louver cutter die.
Yep.
See that one?
Yep.
So see how we wrap all the heads of the machines? I've actually unwrapped a few machines in here. In the humidity, everything gets covered in rust. We can't have cars in bare metal here
Yeah.
because we're humid.
Yeah.
So the trick is, even a car here, if we're working on a car that's in bare metal overnight, we throw a blanket over it.
Okay.
Even if it's like today's temperature, throw a blanket over it. Not a tarp, it'll sweat and rust worse, but you wrap that up and it'll just stop it from.
I've made a sort of a boo-boo. We got that stuff in the containers, and my bead rollers got rust on all the dies, and it's not good.
Yeah, mine does too. Yeah.
Son of a.
I'm surprised you get the rust bad over there.
Well, just that it's in the container. We got a storage containers, and the storage containers cause humidity back and forth, and sometimes it does that. It gets whatever. What do you just put oil on the bits, or you just throw something over top?
Well, it actually runs gear oil in the top of the gearbox.
Okay.
And it's designed to leak oil over it.
Yeah.
So you almost don't have to. You just wrap it up. It's always got. And then it lasts like 3 or 4 years. You just top the gearbox up.
Right.
And it sort of runs out. That may not be true. It might just have a leak, but it works good.
I like the honesty. That might not
Who
be
knows?
true.
Could be the best thing in the world, but who knows? Yeah.
What do you get? What do you get over here now?
Well, you just went to Pat's, didn't you, in Bow Desert?
Did.
So he does all the muscle cars, the Australian muscle cars.
Yeah.
So that's a Holden Tirana. I think.
Two-door.
I can't remember if it's what year model. It's mid-70s.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had Tiranas when I was a kid, but ask me a question about a 32 to 36 and I'll tell you the answer. But
Yeah.
it's mid-70s. And it's just, mate, they're the full floaters I was talking about. They have a full floater in there
Okay.
that runs on. So it's got a full floating axle in it, so the wheel can't come off if it breaks an axle. And you got to have them by law if you want to run big wheels.
Wow.
Or race cars run.
They would check on that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep. So they're all wheelwood brakes.
Yeah.
So that's a floater. So if you undo that cap, the axle just slides out in your hand. You hold it in your hand.
Okay.
So it's got a bearing on the inside, and just like doing up a front rotor
Okay.
on a front brake,
Yeah.
how you got to tighten the nut.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. There's a bit more technical than that. That's a chrome moly 35 spline diff.
Yeah, I was just kind of noticing that.
It's got a coil over stainless front and rear suspension.
Look, he even bead rolled these doors on
Yeah.
his covers. He's badass. And that's that guy, that is. Craig is the name. Awesome. Put some new pieces everywhere
Yeah.
in the trunk.
So all
on
the
frame.
suspension
Yeah.
clears and goes up in there.
Yeah.
So back in the late 70s when they sold these things, you could buy them from the factory like a circuit race car, and they'd have a big drop tank, like 100 litre fuel tank.
Yeah.
And they'd have these big bolt-on fiberglass flares so they could take a big wheel.
Yeah.
And at the factory, they used to just cut it out and screw on these fiberglass flares.
Yeah.
So what we did was, I don't have one, I wish I had one here to show you, but I don't. So we mimicked the flare, but because originally there was nothing in here, so mud and dirt and everything could get up in there.
Yeah.
So we mimicked the flares and made them out of steel. I didn't make them, the young
Yeah.
bloke who used to work for me made them. And then fill it all in, so it's like that. So modern twist on a muscle car, you know? So it runs big wheels.
So you got framework going on
Yeah.
up here.
So that's for a pattern. That comes off.
Yeah.
So do that to make a pattern over,
Okay.
get the wheel. So this is how they used to cut them out from factory, just that rough.
Yeah.
They just get a body saw in there and cut them out,
Yeah.
and just screw the fiberglass flare on top. And then they'd have a fiberglass front
Right.
fairing, front
Yeah.
spoiler, dam, I don't know what you call them over there. But this has got wheelwood brakes, stainless front end, power steer, LS3. I think it's, I think they're 525 horse.
Oh wow.
So,
This is nice. I like this. It's cool.
they're all custom
Yeah.
front end and that.
That's nice. Just gives it a nice look. That's all.
I used to the shop used to be sort of half full of, you know, muscle cars, customs, and mainly hot rods. And now I just want to do early hot rods.
Well,
I
you're
like vintage engines.
yeah. That's what you're doing. Looks like to me.
Yeah. So this will probably be the last
The last of the hot rods. Or
of the street machines. Yeah. Do you just call them street machines over there? That muscle car sort of.
Yeah. We call them muscle cars mainly. Mainly. I'm getting all messed up with the words here and there's different lingo going on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we call them muscle cars.
Do we call these guards?
Yes, I got
And
that
you just
one.
call them fenders, and we call it a bonnet. And you
Right.
just call it a hood.
Yeah.
We call it a boot, and you just call it a trunk.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm used to that because of what I do for a living.
I caught that from Rod. He's saying guards. Look at the guards on that. I was saying guards. Then I caught on it was offenders.
So here's one for you. Whenever you buy parts, as you know,
yeah,
because all these parts are made in America, everything's in inches. You know,
right,
or fractions, and no one, you know, our country's metric. So it's almost like you got to read all my tape measures read both, because you always, you know, if you're ordering something one measurement, you can't ring America and say I want 1,395 millimeters. You know that. I
grab a piece of tape and rip. Oh, it's that long. That's how I do it.
This is a chassis for this car,
okay.
And I've changed all the back end and kicked it up and changed a few things for registration. Really, it's difficult, but it's not if you do it for a living. We got a lot of hoops you got to jump through.
Yeah, but you're used to it.
Yeah, eat shit, breathe it, so it doesn't matter, you know.
You know what to basically do. You're probably like, well, you'd be way ahead of everybody else because you know exactly what's got to be done.
People say to me all the time, they get worried about it and they go, well, it's got to do this and that. And I say, mate, when I get worried, you get worried. No, I ain't worried. So.
You got to like the confidence. That's what, if you got confidence like that, it's nice to be able to give it to the
experience,
to give it to the other person. Just like, you know, I've got the confidence, so I know what I'm doing. Just stand still and let me do it. So some of these cars up here, like you've done, that are...
Yeah, that's probably, I probably haven't put pictures up in years and years and years, you know.
Oh, it's nice to look at, though.
It's like...
See what you've done.
It's like Facebook, mate. I don't put nothing on Facebook. I put probably a picture on my East Coast Race Cars on the Instagram page, like every 6 months.
Say that one more time.
East Coast Race Cars.
East Coast Race Cars.
Probably once every...
Lockhart.
Probably once every 6 months I put up a picture, but I'm not a big internet. I don't need people telling me how I'm doing it wrong. I got a wife for that. No, she's a keeper. Yeah, no, it's
Well, we live there, so we know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
beautiful.
She's been to every car show and done everything all the years, you know.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Billy Gibbons.
Yeah.
Chad Adams, John D'Estino.
Yeah.
Von Hot Rod, Jimmy Shine. I think for about 4 times Jimmy's been here, I think.
Yeah. Well, you're in his league right here, going on with the hot rods, eh?
Troy Ladd.
Yeah.
Bobby Walden. Pete Chapiris, the original, my hero.
Yeah.
That's probably my most. Pete Chapiris the 4th, his son.
Okay.
Dwayne Mayer, who was Boyd's foreman.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
Mike Curtis.
Okay.
Mike Herman from H&H Flathead. And I'll have to get a pen. You'll have to sign it.
Wow, I'm honored. Yeah. Bad Chad from Nova Scotia that welds rusty, junky cars. Give me a high five. Give me a
Mate, if you're here,
cool.
You put in the effort to come here, not me.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's you know.
No, thank you to Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney.
Don't let me forget, or I'll forget.
Show me your other side.
Just
take a look inside here. Show the work, what's going on here, how that looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
So I put it on the hoist, and I've stone guarded underneath and 2-pack blacked it.
Yeah.
So it's sealed. So then when it goes on the chassis, they just take the chassis off and they do the body work and the paint.
Yeah.
You know, and then no one has to touch it again. So when I pull this car off its chassis, I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. I don't think it had ever been off the chassis in its life.
I like how you say chassis.
Yeah.
Chassis. Do you tell your wife she has a nice chassis?
She does.
Good for you.
She probably hits me when I say that. Can I show you something over here?
You sure can. Jolene, you have a nice chassis.
I actually only pulled that car all apart last week. It was phenomenal, all put together, all the intricate brake lines, and this is like the pedal mount I made.
You made that?
Yep.
Well done.
So it goes on, and then it's a speedway unit turned upside down, and it uses these Coleman pedals.
Yeah. Nice. That'll be really nice, won't it? Then you have all your whatever. All
it looks really tricky. They just sit over the right-hand valve cover of that.
So you have that for every car that you want to do. Like you have that made, do you not, or do you not?
No, I just make them one-off. Everything's one-off.
Okay.
Mate, even chassis, I don't make a generic chassis. You tell me you want a car belt, whatever engine, you want a flathead, you want a Hemi, you want a nail head, you want a caddy.
Okay.
Big block 396, sit it in, put it in the jig, the rails, and build all the center K-members around it. Put everything where it needs to be, not try and make it where
Put it where you've made something before.
Yeah.
Well done. Awesome. All right, now where would you get the pedals? Would you do that? Get them to Speedway?
No, the owner found them at a swap meet in America somewhere.
Okay.
And then they didn't work. They were all arse about tit. So then I had to swap them all around and twist them upside down. And then I swapped everything around so it worked different. As in that used to be the pivot. And that's where it used to push the brake or the clutch.
Okay, so this is pulling now.
Yeah. Yep. So I've just reversed it all. But this chassis on this 33 Cabriolet, everything's, see, leave all the braided line masked up.
Yeah.
Everything on it's like show quality. Like you could put mirrors under it and put it in a show. So I'll show you the other side. I've got some louvering set up for you.
Oh, do you? Huh? I need a couple holes punched in me.
I want a bit more excitement.
I want a bit more excitement? Raise the roof. We're going to bring it up a little bit. Look at this. We got more power. So you obviously built this one.
Yep.
Yeah. This what is this one? Look at that now, would you?
That's my 33 5-window. This engine's out of that. But I used to have this engine in a 32 3-window at one point.
You love the cars, obviously. Yeah, that's why you're so passionate about it. If you're that's yours.
So I'm about to do a cam change in this, and I actually only sat the blower back on so it looked for you.
For me, awesome. So is this?
Don't worry, I nearly grow grapes around my ass, lifting it on by myself.
Growing grapes. So, what size is this?
392.
392.
That's the biggest they made them, and then the 426 is a different engine.
Okay.
They don't share. I think they share rod bolts. They don't share no other part.
Okay.
And all the early and all your vintage drags is like everything Juice had in his cars are all 392s.
Okay.
I'm a 392 guy. You couldn't give me a 426.
Oh, is that right?
392s.
Okay.
426 Dizzy's out the front here. Yeah, I'm a 392 guy.
We have a 56 Plymouth that's got a poly motor in it. Can that take Hemi heads on it?
The Throw 1 can, but I don't think that one can.
The Throw 1?
301.
301. Yeah.
3. Yeah.
3. 3. Like how he talks to me, half sign language. I get through him at 3. I'm slow. 3.
That's nail head.
Yeah.
So
what size would this nail head be?
322.
That's what we have. We have a 322. We got new heads done because the valve sleeves were seized up in it. We've never got it running yet. I showed you the car last night on Jolene's phone, and we put a 3-speed 36 Ford transmission behind it, trying to keep it 50s era. We're still running the generator, but we have not got it running yet.
This one's just going to be what I call a dress engine.
Yeah.
It punched the whole back of number 8 cylinder out. It went for a swim, and it was just full of water. I'm talking, it took the sleeve, the inside of the block, the whole lot out.
Okay.
So I just cleaned it up and then painted it and put it on the engine stand, put some old speed gear on it, and put it in the corner. It looks good.
Yeah, I agree. We have a three carburetor system on the 322.
I had a friend who's good friend, Calvin with the dreadlocks who you met the other morning.
Yes.
He's got a Hillborn 8-stack like that. He said just put it on.
Oh, cool.
Sit around, drink beer and look at it and got something to talk about.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, is it not? So as soon as he hands it over, it's done.
Mate, he didn't know a hot dog from a hot rod when I first met him. He didn't know nothing about hot rods. Now he's mad on them, yeah. Didn't know nothing. He come to me to pinstripe a car for him. Years and years ago.
You pinstripe too?
Not anymore.
But you can?
Rodney's a pinstriper.
Yeah, Rodney's been doing all the sign dressing going on, I've noticed. Like quite a few cars I've seen your work on.
It's like, you know how Rod's car's got all the holes punched? All right, every tool to punch holes, I'm done punching holes.
Yeah, you're done punching holes, no
I
more
just
holes?
get sick of punching holes, sick of pinstripe and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, I don't know why, you just do it for a while and then...
Right.
This is the blower for Kenny's engine. I rebuilt all this,
Okay.
an early one. So I've rebuilt it all.
We have a blower on we have a 34 that I made a bubble top carb. I put the carburetor inside of it.
Another one.
It's kind of a, just...
That was common, they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was common.
Well, I didn't know it was that common. I thought it was just kind of cheesy, but I had to do it because I wanted to look, you know what I mean? I wanted to look.
So I built this wheeling machine, English wheel.
Man, you got the, what do we call them, baby? Gussets everywheres?
You know, everyone just makes them out of a big square frame.
Yeah.
I just thought, how cool would it be if it looked like a drag car chassis?
There you go, yeah.
So.
Do you wheel much stuff?
Yeah, well, look, years ago, when I had more enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And more, you know, back when you do 20 hours a day and charge 6.
Yeah, full of piss and blue vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of wheeling. Now I only, you know, people would ring up and go, can you make me a deck lid? You know, make me a roof fill, make something. Now, unless I'm building you the car, I'm not really interested, unless you're a friend.
Yeah.
You know, a good customer, a good friend, you go, you know. So.
Awesome. It's a cool wheel. Check it out, it's a cool wheel. You have a really nice bead roller here. Wow, that's really nice.
Well, I used the manual ones for years.
Yeah, that's all I have is a manual one.
Nah. I should show you, there's one in there, a little handheld one.
Yeah.
Belonged to Donna's grandfather. And he was the only aircraft body guy, panel beater in New Guinea in World War II.
In New Guinea?
It went to, yeah, because we fought the Japanese, mate.
Yeah.
That's why we weren't in Europe. We were keeping the Japanese out of the Pacific.
Okay.
So we, he took that. He used to do like 20 hours a day repairing any bullet hole that had stopped the plane from flying.
Okay.
So that went to New Guinea with him in World War II.
And you own it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it's made in Australia too, which is killer. Like a big, yeah. Yeah, no, that's good.
This has a nice speed, obviously, that you can run things.
Yeah, you can change the speed.
Okay. It's so jerky by hand control. You know, me and Jolene tried to do it. She's 100 pounds soaking wet and turn it, Jolene. I'm, trying to wheel it.
That's why you got to have a steering wheel on them.
Yeah.
And then the bigger, like that's a New Zealand, that Brambley swaging machine in there, that's made in New Zealand, big cast iron one. It's really smooth to use. It seems like, like the Harbour Freight style of ones or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the better the quality they are, the smoother they are.
True.
Like a lot of them little fabricated, like Eastwood Harbour Freight style ones, I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't own one. If you're only going to play around at home, it's perfect, but you got to have,
if you're doing work for somebody else, you want good. Yeah.
And then half the dies they give you with it. I was about to swear then.
Go ahead.
No.
You got grapes?
No, I won't. They're useless. Throw them at the bush turkey when it tries to come in the shed. That's it.
Throw them at the bush turkey when you come out the shed.
So we got all these sorts of dies. See that? They're plastic.
Yeah. And
so
that what would you use? Okay, you're gonna explain to me.
No. Well, what you do is whenever you want to make a pattern, I make little templates because customers can't see what you can see.
Yeah.
So you always got to make something and go, mate, let me do pleats in your interior.
Yeah.
Oh, pleats. Yeah, looks killer. And then you make a little template to show them. So if that's on the bottom, and this one's on the top, these are Jamie Jordan ones from Mittler Brothers in the States.
Steel?
Yep, that's steel. When you run over itself, it does not dent.
Right.
So it won't dent the bead. So if we run a bead through that, this way, and then you try and run the bead back through that way, when they hit each other, they wreck the panel.
Right.
They wreck the bead,
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
So you're running, the bottom one's a rubber and the top one is a steel.
Yeah, like a hard plastic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then...
I just learned something. I was wondering how all that was done without wrecking the other stuff that we were doing.
I did a 32 grill shelf for rod to auction at a hot rod run, and I did an aluminium fill in it, all pinstripe, but with this.
Yeah.
So all the pinstriping
Yeah.
was all bead rolled.
Cool.
And because you can use that, you can run back over itself, and it looks like the flow of a pinch.
You did a piece on Rod's car. I was wondering how you did it. You did a piece coming right on the grill shell itself. You made a piece of aluminum come around. You used that, didn't you?
No.
No?
I didn't use that one. No, I didn't need to use that one. No, no.
But you that little piece there on top of that, that's cool. I was thinking, wow, that's crazy.
If you heat the alloy and anneal it, it just makes it.
That's putting the torch on it, getting it black, and then you burn that off again, do you not?
Yeah. You know the easiest way? Black Sharpie. If you want to nail this edge, get a black Sharpie, draw a line with the black Sharpie, hit it with the oxy till the Sharpie goes away. It's annealed.
Learn something else. I wonder if I can remember all this shit. I should be able to. I have a set of torches, but I don't.
So that's a Lakes louver. We do that stuff.
Yeah. That's a Lakes louver?
Yeah, or your traditional louver,
Yeah.
Lakes louver, dry Lakes louver.
Yeah.
That one. That die there is that one.
Yeah.
That die there has done everything from jobs for mining companies.
Yeah.
They have to have the ventilation cap on the electrical wiring that runs through a mine.
Right.
Has to be louvered.
Right.
That thing's done thousands of louvers. I mean, there's 100 and something in your roof and 126 or something, 30 in the trunk lid. So, so I built this machine.
Well done.
The dies are Mittler Brothers from America.
Yeah.
It's just, mate, I made them. I handmade one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I got another saying for that, but I won't say it. And
When you was a grasshopper?
no, it's naughtier than that. And I made, and you used to like hit them in, but it's just, these things are so fast. So.
Yeah, I have one that I actually got the dies, but I had a guy make the system for me. I couldn't slow down using the MIG welder, right? So I just got him to put one together for me, and I cut all my louvers with a zip cut first, and then I and press them all out.
Well,
that's real old school, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, there's a 4-inch louver die.
Yeah.
You just got in to do a job. So that's like a tool steel.
Yeah.
Like that one there's done thousands and thousands and never had to be resharpened. No. Oh, I won't lie, it's a bit on the ready for it's ready for retirement.
Okay.
But, not yet. But
and you're just going into rubber.
Like, you feel how sharp that is.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like your mother-in-law's tongue.
Yeah. No doubt. I was thinking like a pair of skates.
So.
See, there's the difference in humor.
So I just made it all. Just bought a ram, bought a foot thing. I think I've rebuilt that once. I've done tons of louvers in this thing. Rebuilt that once.
Yeah.
But I can put a hood.
Yep. This is holding your hood for you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You know Tiffany's EK
I usually have
panel.
somebody hold mine. What's that?
Sorry, you know Tiffany's EK panel van, the Neptune one.
Yeah.
So the hood on that was warped, and I said if I run a row of louvers up either side, it'll straighten it out and pull it taut again, and it did, and fixed it.
Oh wow. Yeah, it does. It does stretch it, make it tighter. People think it's going to ruin it, but it does. It makes it tighter. Awesome.
So
that's quite a machine that you built there.
I marked out a panel for you. You said you wanted to see it.
Yeah, I do. Please and thank you. Okay.
So I've got. That's what I didn't show you. So I always have the maths worked out.
Okay, so
now you can just relate that to anything.
Right. That's why you like to press them at right there.
Yeah, you can. Well, see this back bit here.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical name for that. But
the holder?
That goes down and holds it. Yeah, I suppose you're right. You could probably go 1/4 of an inch closer and 1/4 of an inch tighter this way, but that's just. And then I do. Well, Kelvin with the dreadlocks again. He builds dental surgeries. I build all their dental compressor cabinets.
Okay.
And you're punching these things. You're spending hours punching all the side cabinets.
It's funny how you come together, eh? He's a dental guy that needs a dental cabinet made with a louver in it, and you're the guy that then he falls in love with your hot rods, and then you've got, it kind of.
Do you know what I say all the time? I met him, I don't know, 20 years ago, and he looked like someone held him down and rubbed dog shit in his hair, and 20 years later it still looks exactly the same.
You have to see. Oh, this guy.
He does.
Yeah. That's for him, though, right?
What's that?
That's for him.
Yeah.
So you got a center on that bad boy. Take a look
yeah, it's easier going down.
You got a little center right here on the.
Oh, that's the beauty of the Mittler Brothers ones. They're just so good like that.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to go right across. You just need to know that and that. And when you first use it, it takes forever. And then after you do like 200 on a panel,
Yeah, you're good.
I reckon I could do 100 louvers in probably 30 minutes.
And
So-
and that's what, $3, $5 a louver?
I don't charge that, I'm not that way.
Well, that's generally what people want to do. They
So
want to
what I
charge
do,
by the louver.
let's say it
You
generally
just
takes,
charge by the job.
generally if I mark it out, it takes longer. So let's say you take an hour marking or 2 hours marking the job out.
Yeah.
Say a full bonnet,
Yeah.
hood, and it takes you an hour, 2 hours to louver it.
Yeah.
And clean it all up. So the job's say 4 hours, and then I just put $100 on it for using the machine, because these are like $600.
Yeah.
And like when you build it, you got to recoup your money back out of
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
And this thing's ready to go on the bin. So I'll buy a new one. I've rebuilt it once. I won't rebuild it again. So
What gauge is your aluminum?
1.6.
1.6.
I think it's. I'm going to get this wrong. It's 300. No, I'd have to look in the book. I can't remember. It actually has memory, so I'll make a race car seat for a drag car out of that, like a wraparound body seat.
Yeah.
Or I actually like that. Like in America, some guys use a softer one, but it's got to have a memory.
Yeah.
Even if you put it in shape, it's got to have a memory. It's got to know where it wants to be. So
Or where it's been.
yeah, and 1.6, you can do door panels. They look good. They're still light.
Yeah.
You can make a bomber seat out of it.
Yeah. So you enjoy the 1.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know.
You get 1.2. I think. I know I built race cars in the past where they'll want the door skins out of 0.6, and if you sit on the bench like that and there's something on the bench like a bit of swaft or something, it'll dent the 0.6 like it's too.
Right. Too thin.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
What do you think, sweetheart? A little easier than theirs? Beautiful. Just like that. Awesome.
Do you want to go?
I'm fine. I just press the
Okay.
pedal and hold her too, eh?
Well, okay.
So I'm just going to press the pedal and line that line up. No, what if I'm not on the line? Just keep going, don't matter.
That's it. Now hit that and we'll come back up.
You can see I'm off the line a little bit there. Flip it over the other side. And what would happen if I was doing a hood? I just wouldn't tell them. They'd have to pick it out, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's hard. You go,
Yeah,
you go snowblind looking at them all.
Yeah, what?
Snowblind.
Snowblind. Yeah.
You get used. You put your foot on it and you rock backwards and forwards. Like you get used to letting it up.
Yeah.
And just you get real fast. So it only comes all the way up, so you can put whatever you want in there.
Right.
And then you only come up like enough to slide it to the next. Beauty of that spacing too.
Yeah.
Is if you stuff up or you're not happy or you miss one, which can happen, you can go back and redo it.
Right.
Some louver machines, presses,
It
they
gets
do
in the
them,
way.
but you can't go back.
Right.
So you can only go forward with them. So,
I do know what you're saying there.
so
And this is your 34. That's for you.
yeah, 33.5 window.
33.5.
That's
window.
a customer's 34.3 window. These are the wheels off the Trana in there. And then these panels, these all
That's the hot rod. Not the hot
street
rod,
machine.
but the street machine, right?
all these fenders belong to the Cabriolet, and they've all been to sandblasting, and see all just the white
Pinholes.
yeah, just chasing pinholes and issues like that. So
How will you fill your pinhole with the
with a
your
TIG.
With a TIG?
Yeah. This car here.
Do you use air to cool it off?
No,
You just-
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'll get another saying for that, but I won't say it on.
You go right ahead. Everybody needs a saying or two. So did you chop this car?
Yeah.
Nice chop.
It was really rough. It was an old hot rod, and it's like it had, someone's had that many cracks at it, you know, like.
I do know what you're saying.
So basically, all I've been doing is putting lipstick on the pig. So one day it might be a good looking pig. So,
there you go.
So,
lipstick on the pig.
Mate, I want to show you this. You'll love this. Me and my son made this. Bit of World War II art. So it's 236 headlight buckets.
Oh, right, that's cool.
But this is the thing. The bullet holes were all done on a farm, like where it was sitting on the farm, because we actually did get quite a few 36s here in Australia.
I'm stealing that.
That would have been a solid out of a shotgun. 22 bullet dent, 22 bullet.
Yeah, I'm stealing that.
So we and then we love the World War II stuff, so we put it all together, and that's the amounts. We use that to hang it. They even went and got army coloured hoochie to hang it. So that used to hang from his bedroom like that, so when you walked in his door it was coming out. We'll put it back up, it's just he's only just got his new bedroom. Yeah. They used to walk in and come down at you like that.
That's cool. 2 headlights turning. I took, reminds me that we wanted a moon tank for Jolene's race car, and I took 2 of the flat headlight, you know, the flat based headlights, and put a piece in the center and made a moon tank out of 2 headlights, which was same basic thing what you're doing here, but you made a piece of art, I made a moon tank. That's cool.
Well, I seen Rod was telling me about his air cleaner on his 34. I built all that out of aluminium.
Okay.
And they're 2 salad bowls from a kitchenware shop that were like $6 each that go up underneath.
Okay, I think, yeah. Okay.
Because he said they're Chinese bowls. They've made in China, but they're kitchen
Chinese
bowls.
Yeah. You don't mind if I walk over around here?
Yeah, you're right.
Surfboard. Got a beautiful shop. I love the way you got it set up. Like, it's quite picturesque.
Yeah, awesome. Just slowly doing work on it, shaking it out, put skin this door. So, got a magnesium 2-port Hilborn early one up there.
Yeah.
I'll put that on one of these Hemis. I got more Hemis under the house.
Okay. Yeah. More Hemis under the house.
Yep. It's a good saying, isn't it? Hemis under the house. From 4-port up there.
Okay. We have this car here. That's cool. Going in the house, we got that car. Wicked.
A bloke made a model.
That's cool. Those are cool.
Yeah, we used to do rocket cover racing. So Dora belonged to me daughter. And the other one was my son's. I just got a bit of leftover stainless brake line and made the roll cage.
And these are just wheels off a...
they're an idler pulley off a V6 Commodore engine, which is a Pontiac engine.
Okay.
Oh, Buick engine out of the States, V6 Buick engine.
We're going to have to get our own idea and get the wheels, but that's cool. I like that. That's good.
They're a set of Cal Custom small block Chev valve covers. So,
and it's just a plate that you screwed on there to hold them wheels. You can't.
Yeah.